Wena uzala izinkanyezi.
Wena uzala izinkanyezi.
Ezifakaza ngempilo yakho.
Ezifakaza ngempilo yakho.
Ngathi umzimba wakho.
Ngathi umzimba wakho.
Ophakeme.
Ophakeme.
Ungazungeza lenqaba.
Ungazungeza lenqaba.
Ngathi ungaphakamisa imimoya.
Ngathi ungaphakamisa imimoya.
Yalabo obazele.
Yalabo obazele.
Nginikeze isondlo sakho.
Nginikeze isondlo sakho.
Njengoba nginyukela.
Njengoba nginyukela.
Ophahleni lwakho.
Ophahleni lwakho.
Amufeleleli.
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 Amphethikazi.
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 Anot.
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 Umama wakho unot.
Umama wakho unot.
Uzendlala phezu kwakho.
Uzendlala phezu kwakho.
Egameni lakhe.
Egameni lakhe.
Elingumbuzi wezulu.
Elingumbuzi wezulu.
Uyakuncedisa.
Uyakuncedisa.
Ukuze ube njengedlozi.
Ukuze ube njengedlozi.
Elingenasitha.
Elingenasitha.
Egameni likaMdali.
Egameni likaMdali.
Ususa kuwe bonke ububi.
Ususa kuwe bonke ububi.
Egameni lakhe.
Egameni lakhe.
Elingumvikeli.
Elingumvikeli.
Kubo bonke ububi.
Kubo bonke ububi.
Ndlovukazi.
Ndlovukazi.
Uletha impilo.
Uletha impilo.
Evela emanzini kakhulukhulwane.
Evela emanzini kakhulukhulwane.
Uyithumela ngezulu.
Uyithumela ngezulu.
Wamukela ukubuya kwalo.
Wamukela ukubuya kwalo.
Ngaso sonke isikhathi.
Ngaso sonke isikhathi.
Anot.
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 Amphethikazi.
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 Amufeleleli.
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 Anot.
Anot.
Wena unamehlo amabili.
Wena unamehlo amabili.
ekhanda ilanga nenyanga ezihamba ngaphakathi komzimba wakho uthathe uHeru waba ngumlingokazi wakhe uthathe uSethi waba ngumlingokazi wakhe wena Nuthi owazinqumela usuku lokuzalwa kwakho egameni lakho elingupetiyunu yenza isinqumo sokuba ngiphile ngingashabalali wena Nuthi ophakeme uyindlovukazi yezulu thatha amadlozi nezithunzi zawo nemizimba yawo nokudla kwabo kungcwele nakho konke abanakho kube ngaphansi kwakho kube ngokwakho Yenze ngingabi namphikisi ukuze ngiphile ngaphansi kwesiqu sakho isibhakabhaka emthunzini wamakhiwayo Nuthi yenza impilo yami ibe ngeyakho Mufelele Umama wakho uma eza kuwe unyakazi umvikelikazi uma eza kuwe awunyakazi kepha uma uNuthi ekubusisa ngensithezelo yakhe uyashukuma ngoba nguye okunike ikhanda lakho uye wakulethela amathambo akho uye waqoqa inyama yakho uye wenza inhliziyo yakho Nuthi uyaphila ukhuluma nalabo bangaphambi kwakho uvikela izingane zakho enhluphekweni ubahlenga ngenhlambululo yamadlozi bese beza kuwe ngezithunzi zabo
Anut.
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 Asparapa.
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 Ampetigas.
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 Al-Khodim.
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 Ampetigas.
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 Hello, Dani Hotebrels. Welcome all to more Colonization 40. And the royals watching from home, thank you for tuning in today. Everyone who was able to make it here, more Colonization 40. The Togozisa Maketa, Libutobugazi, those amazing voices, Togozani. Siyabonga bogogo, libomkhulu, bogo kitchening. Thank you to the entrepreneurs that are able to come here every Sunday and display their products. Togozeni. Nagalina Kenaneo representing the kingdom of Oset. 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 We gather here every Sunday at 897 PLS Street, Mo Orlando East at 11:30 for Umpasho 12 noon. We are currently in the season of Nut Umpetigazi. The season starts on the 23rd of August and ends on the 23rd of September. The things that align us with the season of Nut. How many of us are born from the 23rd or during the 23rd of August to the 23rd of September? May you please see the raise of hands. So give a Nut by 2. 2, right?
Yeah.
Or no? 4. Okay, by 4. The things that align us with the season of Nutre, right? Again, we are born from the 23rd of August to the 23rd of September. We should be mastering our kingdoms and our seasons by now. So the first one is Inyanga Kwedi is August and Ije. Season Umbala. Mala, Intimbi, TP, metal, Impepo, storage. Amata,
frankincense. Ember. And big cross.
Isihlahla, Setari, Izilwane, Diphologolo, animals,
Eel, frog, snake.
frog,
Eel, snake.
Inyong.
Yes, those are the things that align us with the season of Nut. So Inyanga Kwedi is August, Ije Litapa, Stone is Lapis Lazuli, Umala, Mala Kala is indigo, Intimbi, TP is aluminium, Impepo is storex, Amaka is ambergris, Isihlahla is sycamore, Izilwane is serpent, frog, and eel. This is the African royal calendar, the book Unkulu reads from when he does Umpatho. Please do get yourself a copy only for 200 rands. Nut is the goddess of the sky and heaven. She is the daughter of Shu, god of vital breath, and his wife Tefnut, goddess of water and fertility. Nut swallows the sun in the evening and gives birth to it again in the morning. During the season, we experience a lot of wind and dusty weather because Nut is responsible for the sweeping and clearing the earth in preparation of the next season of Asa, which marks the new year of the African royal calendar cycle. Meaning we always have an opportunity to begin the new cycle on a clean slate, thanks to Nut. Nut.
Anut.
Nut.
Anut.
Ampetigas. To find and follow us on our social media platforms, you can go on Instagram and Twitter at GEK_movement, on Facebook at GEK Movement, and on YouTube at Great Empire of Kemit. Please do subscribe, like, share, comment, and yes. On Wednesdays, we discuss topics on the African royal calendar on Twitter Spaces. If you do come across the post, please do retweet for awareness on Twitter Spaces. At the black market today, we have truth seekers, brought to you by Ukesha Tabo from the kingdom of Jehuti. Jehuti. Ukesha specializes in crystal arms, necklaces, and the bags for the season. We also have Soja Bambezela brought to you by Ukesha Jabulani from the kingdom of Geb. And then Undo Bugazi from the kingdom of Oset. And Mamfiso's herbal products brought to you by Undo Bugazi Mamgo Mezulu from the kingdom of Nut. So this is Mamfiso's herbal rabra. Mamfiso's cancer bush, and this is the smaller version of the Mamfiso's rabra. Books, man, they search, find, deliver, and I'm here to make sure that books are easy to find nowadays. You can find them on all social media platforms. We have Ukok Ngangezi products. This is the women's hibiscus tea, only for 150 rands. This is the Kemet African Royal Calendar. This is the desk calendar. Kemet African Royal Calendar, the desk calendar. On Wednesdays, we give platform to black-owned businesses to market their products for free. For that, you email your business profile to info@gekmovement.org. On our website, for those of us who want to donate, in order for us to have lunch every Sunday and the running of the GEK movement, please click on the link. We would appreciate donations in all forms, even your talents. Let's hand it over to Nkosazana Nepted. Nepted.
Ruth made or break your bones. Head, she made your skin. Newt also made your heart. The color of newt is indigo, little like blue. And I am all set in the spiritual realm and the seal in the physical. Today, I'll be giving you the topic, and today's topic is roots and the electromagnetic field. The energy of the sun and moon. As all black people know, is that we are connected to the sun, and that's where we get our melanin. Unlike some other people. And the mother of all, the moon, shining so bright at night. Oh, just to add on, if there are other people that need to announce anything, please step forward.
I'm from Kingdom of Geb. Royals. And I just want to remind you all more fasting. It is very young fast. So we started our fast 23rd of August, so the 22nd, 23rd of September, you fast.
So far, first one I'm never told you washing. Yeah. So but this kalibala why we are fasting. Jengo job guys never shilo ukuthi unut my wife. We are sweeper, we prepare to the next cycle. So we are detoxing inside everything so that when we start planting, then it's in. So this fast is for that, and we prepare whatever that you want to see manifesting in your life. So fast it's not a tradition. So when I get my fella because we are obliged to. So like I said, when I come to the background where we used to fast, and I never fasted. It was difficult because but for now we are aligned to nature, and whatever that we are doing is connected with nature, and nature confirm that. So we are detox and faster, we are eating veggies and fruits. So when people ask me for I don't want to tell people what to do because we are all connected to nature. You need to know what you need to do for you for detox. So obviously I work at the veg and fruits. So some people will ask me, must I eat fish? Fish is a flesh, right?
Yes.
So it's a flesh. So my so yeah. So you know what? When you fast, you must be mentally ready and physically ready. And obviously along the way it's not gonna be easy. Not easy, and we are still colonized. So sometimes I get the hard labor. So at least divide apple lenyana, you know, so that energy nyana. And Linda 17, hey, Zaka, finger foods, yeah, you got one thing. So, but I think no, I don't think I'm mentally ready. So you know, Daddy Sheva fella, I drink water so that you can achieve whatever any more in my life. So first food before sunrise, ukaluma apple or banana, then consume water and fruits in between. This way it will depend the nature of your work. For no libu ulume apple lenyano kasi to ahamolo pala mimoto wafa. Overere wetike GK fast. And remember when it's GK for you. Olumabele nyaranyani ne. Ulahlelenya nakanyani mabele for mabele simpapa. Okay. So also avoiding like social media. So Nashem ban rating social media. So I'm trying by all means not to participate because I can't really consume that junk. So and also we have a WhatsApp group so that you won't miss any communication. So some people when they post I delete. Because remember we are remote spacing cell. So if when we are not fasting, this certain in our space we will disturb. Because we are detoxing. Imagine in our auto poster for ANC the anger and you are disturb. So when I request people not to post more WhatsApp grouping, I'm not being difficult. I'm just trying to assist people but respect the spaces. So if you want to post on social media, go Facebook, it's fine. But in that group, go participate. And also I want to say that if you are not disciplined, more WhatsApp group will post. Can you imagine that it's in Zalwe we're not so fast energy sharp. So we want to there energy together, right? So because because in no garage or na traffic cop or the police our patrol, so patrol but I also need to live in the space. Then thank you for the payments. I received the POPs Salona. So if you haven't submitted your POPs, please do that so that Colonel capture. Let's see how many people are going. And also for catering, you need to know how many people. I don't want people to break up fast. So I'm also requesting that if you want to book accommodation, there's 2 posters. There's a green one. That green one is your near GK. 22nd. 6 o'clock after Mpato, we don't want to leave early. We want our programs, it's a maye, Katzila, it's a other things. And if you want to leave here, it's 850. So that 850 is inclusive of food and transport, right? Then if you want to use your own transport, your own car, it's 200. So that 200 here, and also here for toilet facility. I got the toilet. So we need to book a toilet. And if you go Devon, it's 1,300. So go Devon, go Devon station. So I know you know your trainer, your point, so so I received a lot of calls, can we pick them up, so the meeting point is here. So I don't want to sing because it's not nice, but we have to click on so let's all make arrangements. We still have time to do that. So if you try to check people around your families so that you can know how when we live in at 6 o'clock after Mpatro. And we have a theme this year. Theme Yarunaki green. I can color ya asa is green. So everything now ya start ya to below green. So Lorna, you want to asa fitla the toilet and be ya wana job guys already. Since I represent time so more posting want to the accommodation. The 21st to the 23rd. So the 22nd, that's 6 o'clock p.m. In the lower start. So people will ask me or they want to know it's not camping. So I camp in Mole, low suppers the whole night. So the only time the like you want to the 21st. So the 21st I get the accommodation. So the number see on more posting you can call the person more information accommodation. And yeah, leading to an maybe package for 1.7 for then 2.4 for 3.9. So we can for that information. And on the 22nd, before Blindel start, then need the coins would in your moment. And is quite a distance. So maybe you can have the Caponiana Rabanyana because he got having one. I can a little movie, little Shakulembe. Like a say let's cover, but probably I can understand that. So when you go there, please be prepared because what you are more and go that first time I came on and because distance but it's worth it because no support are unnatural so the first time taking a moment in so my daughter can we can know man is possible. So so please come and experience this cardinal point because because our New Year. It's a new year, 31st. So we need to be excited. So we need to be excited. The way let this one, let's have the very same energy. It's enough for Ena, it's sweetie. So remember, after Mona, whatever you want to create, okay. I didn't tell more in hibernation. So kinako ele ya go tlamile o nne mo space sele o batla go lokisetsa whatever o batla go bona etsagala mo bophelong ba gago. We all have different resolutions tse re di batlang go di bona di etsagala. So this is the time. So yeah, ka ipopali also for mbuzi ne kwa tlhabiwa. So we are requesting you also contribute towards imbuzi because we need to slaughter and any amount of you are gonna afford from your side. So I think I've covered everything. And remember, next week is our last weekend. Yeah, 2023. So we can go. I can as much as the calendar early. So we also need to get this one. So learn out the okay. So this is the next week Sunday. La besete no refere letsa ya mo la besete re kena mo 24. Ari 24 re kena mo na la you ka re kena mo jareng encha. So ala ka gore jara yo yotlhe le pizza. So jara ya maniti our new month. So we need to really the universe for until this point, right? So and also next week we can reminder again for a lean trainer, maybe the logistics or what you need to do or to bring, but just to share. In the morning, obviously, it's a bit breezy and busiku kwa bata kutsilidi go thabeng it's cold ba ile mbayela itse kwa bata busiku. So if let's le bana, you can bring your own mattresses nyana because bana bona ke re ba robala ba tshwane le rona se bupusela busiku but bana bone ba robala. Then you can bring your own mpepo for in the morning as it's but we are also discouraging the candles because as much as you said your ancestors, we need to be responsible as well because but lighter the candle everybody see the lighter and last year where and mola gona metsi ne tsa limited fela go tlhatswa bo dijana go ditee bosigo. So imagine nonsense go tsha batho ba ba senang khala ba le ba tlo go ya ba tlo senya ba. So I'm sathabisang zingane kholo ba tlo gore batho ba le zingane zethu a sa ba thabisa mana kana gore we are responsible mo le ke mo bophelo bo thomile mo teng. So we need to go there really sober and let's say be responsible. Thokozeni
I did go subtract, I did go that in later. Also, we have seen we will celebrate as we possess. We will find our own 23. How do we celebrate this? We start at the color. So last year we celebrated selemo ka di 24 ko Credimo. Now this year bona bakhulu ba sekemo bana ha no ra tshikiretse dintho ka phapang e itseng. O ka ba jwang ha ka ra dula ka letsatsi la di 23 ra celebrate selemo sa rona se setjha tsatsing la pele hona mo Zalwela jwale ka tlasa mantswe a jwalo ho tshore le letsatsi ke lenana le re tlo ketekang ka lona selemo sa rona se setjha ka di 24 mme ka di 23 tsa September Zalwela ho tshore ha re kgutla ka di 23 instead of ka after 6 years ka tao phahla e be re kgutlela morao re a dula re a relaxa jwale kona re tlo thaba a ke re tso fasta re tso ditsa ka ofela jwale ra itokolla jwale re a thabisa jwale ho ka ba le dijo ho ka ba le dino ho ka ba le dijo ho ka ba le dino ra ithabisa ka mofuta yohle e re kgonang ho ithabisa ka yona ya pele ke ena re tswa ho tloha di merabeng e fapaneng re le Basotho re na le Mazulu re na le Maxhosa re na le Soshanghani re na le Maswati re na le Mandebele, we are all one. However re na le di celebration re na le tsela e re celebrate ka yona ka ho fapana ha that also count to our indigenous games that happens to teach us when we were raised up, of which right now harisa di people and re hopola hore September ke lona kgwedi ya ne hore re ntse tsohle tse bang le hore re na le tsona kapa bona jwale seka re tswa kula tlamehile re tletse ntšhatse le Kenya jwale ke nako hore re represent di-talente tsa rona ka ho fapana jwale re bitsa bohle nna nka kgona ho ruta ba bang morabaka mohlomong nka kgona hore ke ngole play for some maybe nka kgona hore ke ngole poem hopola hore re na le theme, some can even write on the theme, some can even write a play on the theme, and then re ka performa ka tsela tse fapaneng jwale ha ebe lo re o tswa o le KZN tseba hore le wena we are expecting something from you. How to le Mpumalanga we are expecting something from you. How to le Gauteng we are expecting something from you. Ho tswa ho rona ka monana we are also expecting something from ourselves. Jwale ha re tseng bonnete ba hore this is the beginning of a very huge festival. Remember where Spring Equinox is not only about us, it's international. So we are creating an international festival. However, we are starting it very small because everything starts from the beginning. Emba, repopa hore, horona bohle, hare sapoti, rezembo neteba hore, iya petahala, so that even the one that comes from outside, bakona hore bate, or bakona hore bare supporte, re ntshetse mpile. Ke talo ya teng. Re plana hore re bane le sound loop so that ba kgona hore ba etse mmino ba kgona hore ba performe ha ebe le hore mohlomong le bangata ka tsela mofuta o makatsang re kgone hore reach all the masses. Sound e teng re hloka generator ye bang le hore mohlomong kae kapa kae maleng teng o a kgona ho contribute ka generator re ka thaba hore o re thuse ha ebe le hore mohlomong o a kgona o re thuse ka petrol re ka e thabela thuse mo ka ho batho be leng hore mohlomong ba ka thabela hore batle ba tlo imisa bakeng sa ho perform ba ka kgona hore ba contacte Ntobukazi Beliso eng kapa eng e bang batla hore mohlomong ke a tseba hore bonkgono typical example rona Lesotho matsalong a sebedi ke re ba tseba hore matsalong a sebedi ra jala tsohle le mere khametse didibeng so it's part of seleng hore bonkgono ba tla tsamaya ha re celebrate ba didibeng ba fihle ba kge metsi ka mpho ha ke tla ba ikhopotse isa ba santse ba le banyane iya ha ke tla ba tla tlolla mpho ke competition e ka ba so re a kopa mekete ko kapa di-celebration tsa tsena mofuta ono re ka di thabela so that re kgone hore re kgutlisetse dintho maemong re tlamehile re hopole hore tse ding tsa dipapadi tse ne re di bapala ne di na le thuto e itseng bophelong ba rona hona jwale re bapala papadi tse leng hore ha re bone bona hore na di disa kae di re beha kae ha di na moelelo ka hare ho rona le kgodisong ya rona jwale ke nako ya hore rona re le baholo ba kemolo re etse bonnete ba hore re a di kgutlisa ntho tse ding ka dintho tsa rona mme ka ntle ho rona ha hona e mong ya ka e etsa ntho jwalo kaofela re amohelehile hore re ka etsa bonnete ba hore mokete ona o a phethahala jwalo ka ha re le bomphethahatsi re phethahatsa tsohle re tswa selemong sane se re utlwisitseng bohloko re kena ho se setjha ka kelello tse ntjha ka moya o motjha ka tsohle tse ntjha le bophelo bo qala botjha ha ke le bowe
I forgot to put the announcement practice. Every time when we go to cardinal points, practice. So whoever who wants to come to join a music team, you are welcome. Because and we need more voices. And now you are welcome. This is home. It's not only us, Baba Shapan School, but then we need to Kutisane, then the Chenchisane, to Shape Babang. And Lilipina Ufilam for Utipina you got Enamonat, Marasin Dipina Zakarakaga. So Dipinas about just celebration. So then Copa next week, Saturday, 2 o'clock. Is it fine? Okay. Saka 2 o'clock, kono tsamaya ka nako, re tlo practice. So kopa whoever o tla beng a le teng kwale a batlang go tla tlo re joina a tlo re ruta dipina tse dintšha di teng ene rona ba bang re Batswana ne. So it was very difficult than it fitla mo sekotlong. Opela pina se Zulu, pele le bofagane so if di teng dipina tsa Setswana tsa Sesotho tse dingwe as long as the peanuts don't resonate and the rona is it's okay. So in a couple of joining next week, let's come in numbers to practice. Skupusena still the whole night. So terrible.
Igama lami bakuthi ngitobe kwa amagidi. Ngumqadi ngingungwena ngiphangela amalanga ngumgquba amahlahla khona ngemahlala efanelekile kubethanda isinto sami. Ile mponominisi. Ngizama kudlamini kozizwe kojama kasijalo ngofakato ngcwele nombolo. Ndisafihle inhloko ngapha ekhaya. Into endibeka apha ke bantu abakhulu kukuzo papasha okanye kuzo announcer into bana we saw the need as abantu abasale Carlton Bay to take this knowledge because sifumene impilo apha and take it elokishini yethu. Siyazazi lokishi is the concentration camps, so we've all been oppressed in many ways. So uyofumanisa into bana ke ngoku xa sokuthetha ezindaba zithethwa apha ebantwini abaninzi ibe ngathi asisathanga dade kwabo. Ngokungakuhle into bana ningayinxalenye yabantu abayayo eCarlton Bay. Siyanememo official. Nto nje kuzoqala ukupapashwa after i-23 zikaSeptember so that kungabikho understanding misunderstanding. Ndizawuthi qaba nje kancinci ngeenkcukacha ezimbalwa ukwenzela uba nizibambe. Sizawuqhubeka phambili ngekamgama ethubeni. Sinicela ngee-7 zikaOktobha kulo nyaka izabe inyanga ka-asa emvuseleni
amvuseleni
sithe siligqiza okanye siyikomiti masibethe kuthi ezibhokotini ukwenzela uba wonke umntu osekuhlaleni onganamandla wokufikelela azi ngoku kuzabe kungenwa simahla abantu bakithi because this is i-knowledge yethu sonke. So we felt it was important not to charge. And uziqonde ukusukela ngoku we are not going to charge. Abantu bazawuza bazofuna ulwazi bakwazi uba bakhule nathi sikhule kulaa ndawo. Izabe ise-Kutsong Hall, opposite Sepotemba. Niyazi indawo zethu zisegmentiwe. So ikwindawo ekwakusithiwa kuseBatswaneni, phofu kusathiwo nangoku. But one of the things we want to correct. IseBatswaneni, so siyanicela nifikelele. Umcimbi lo ke uzoqala ngentsimbi yesithathu Bantu time, which is ngo-9 o'clock European time. Uphele ngo-12 o'clock Bantu time, which is 6 o'clock European time. Mandibulele kakhulu ngeqonga. Onganomdla wokufika mhlambi azobonisa izinto zakhe azisebenzisayo. Nanjengoko nandithi zibantu premiers. Because an entrepreneur is really somebody who doesn't think for abantu. So Bantu premiers, they operate their business with understanding isimo sabantu in mind. Ungafonela mna ngicamavu ke elinye igama ku-060 437 9569 sikwazi ukuhlengahlengisa nalapho abantu besitolo akho sidingo soba mababhatala ukuba nje bakwazi ukufikelela ebantwini bakuthi babonise ezo bakwaziyo ukuzenza. Omunye umuntu ongamfonela ke ngubaba uMkutha utatomkhulu olapha phandle sithi agep amhla amanani wakhe ke ku-060 919 3621 mandiziphinde 065 919 3621.
Yes.
Siyabulela ke abantu abakhulu sayikhupha kahle ethubeni elizayo.
The platform to express what she has for us today. Platform African Indigenous Astronomy. Batswana. Specifically, and who wrote his thesis in fulfillment of the requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy or in Indigenous Knowledge Systems for Northwest University. So, for Batswana,
ba na le di-branch tse di-plana ke yaanong go na le barolong go na le bautsi go na le bangwatlo ba bantsi yaanong re motheo o na ke sa kgone go ka fitlhelela go bone botlhe a ba a bona gore a lebe mo makgatleng a ba leba bakgatla ba ko moruleng ko Rustenburg le bakgatla ba le ile ka la bolela ka bone ga ne ke simolola go bua ka Batswana ba ko Mochudi ko Botswana. Now, being the season of newt, I thought it best or are motlhatlose are mo isa go godimo and ga a kwetse dilo tse we had to go and do focus groups and all that, you know, when you are an academic, all the things you have to do. But newt, because of the indigenous astronomy of Botswana, bubitiwa bolipi ba dinala, sorry, so why get a newt? Astronomy. Let me put a little perspectives. Newt ke tshimolola le mofeleletsi wa bophelo. And mo ke rata gore ke mo diragatsi. And a re tsenela mo gare re o newt wena o tsala dinaledi tse di pakang ka botshelo jwa gago. So that's why I tell you, so for me, both apply, equal. Now, indigenous astronomy and it's the knowledge of the stars, the moon, the sun, and other constellations. Only predictor. And indigenous knowledge system, IKS, okay? And this knowledge is used for agricultural purposes, calculation of time, rain making and Thanksgiving celebrations, reproductive health, management of societal activities, as well as the management of nature in general. Now, Bakhatla or Batswana, but remember, this was confined, so he couldn't, but it applies to Batswana. They believed that the Naledi, the stars, were spirits of those who have transitioned, those who have passed. And when Baberkisa the lunar system, okay? Nkulu or Kamse for rings start the lunar system. Now, more Batswane, Badina lady, astronomers were the elders, and they used naked eye observation. I get it. But for me, I salute them for and hopolang gore e ne le tiro ya kgosi go dira ditiro tsa go dira go fetsa pula. The ritual making practices of making rain. That was the Mkulu always talks about that. For a kosi, I said for the ito ko dira seo. I said the kosi. I said for the ito ko kumahana le godimo le fati for are tuse rona ba ka fata sa gaga. I call it a kosi. Yes. Hey. Yeah, no. Nako ilibiwa past and current events, that informed the time, daily chores and activities of men, women, and children, the behavior of domestic and wild animals. Do you care today to say, Agiboni Njaira so? You don't care? You don't even know? How is it? Adinade, Dinonyani Wadoneta Momoso. Adia, it's on the Tell. Which time for that? So, colors and shapes of the landscapes, sound and music of the birds, insects, etc. And then the phenomenon, they had this phenomenon of appearance, disappearance, reappearance. Those were the wise people back home. Now, they also needed to know the beginning of the rainy season in order to prepare rituals to cleanse the land. Unokosalimiwe fela. Unokodirwa sengwe. Unokodirwa sengwe go rapela. Disephiri dilo tseo tse dingwe. And gore ha o tsenye peo fela mo mmung go go jang. Yaanong Batswana ba rata ba tlotla pula. Reference of rain, it symbolizes peace, happiness, and abundance. Mkhulu always talks about abundance, or we are the land of abundance. Yes. We are abundant ourselves. Hey, la itse ore no go lemiwa mabele, mopo, la itse mopo keng. Mopo. Oni maize. Le ha se ya mo a se a tlhago ya mo actually na gongwe you learn some things and magapu nche la itse nche la itse nche inawa lebelebele le itse lebelebele. And after we are everything else. The Cody, the little Cody. The Cody is now what oh, kill it Cody, that's why. We're focusing on the types of stars they bahulun bakhala go dibona and ile bone ba ba le pang ba kgona go thusa gore go dirwe eng ya ntlha ke selemela Pleiades ba rata go ba fa mabitso a di Greek or a itse ke selemela it's also called the cultivator ke yone e le mo sa gore ya no ipakanyetseng go lema selemela ya no e regulator the cultivation season e re ke nako ya go lema time to cultivate and prepare seeds for planting, and it's a special time of the year as it's the first rains in September, although pollution has affected that. So pula na kongwe ya aite until October or November. And it also predicts the events of the oncoming season, and it's a symbol of food security. It's a group of stars. They come from the north, they go to the east, and they appear in the spring. This lemela say. Naka, the horn, it's called the canopus. It appears in the northwest, and its brilliant is the second brightest. It welcomes and introduces the winter season, and it appears in the third week of May. It signifies breaking of the year from green to brown. remember the disappearance, green to brown, green brown. It's the signal for rain-making ceremonies to proceed. And it's the start of the initiation season. And then in Ali, the people and barulela gore ha gore di people tse le tlhole le utlwa batho ba re borwa bo pintse ke yone naka eng ke yone naledi e a tsamaya nong e ya ko equator ga e setse e tsamaile dipula di a tlatla dina go kolomaka. Okay, and then re na le kopa dilalelo ke maitse gore selalelo ke eng? Selalelo ke dijo, setso. Kopa dilalelo ke dijo. So it's the Venus star. It appears from south to north. It's an evening star. It appears when the sun sets. So be watchful of the evening. Wow, bona na lady after sunset, or it's already in. Pina boyadi jo kati basitsana ba pe gore go jiwa ka 6 ono gona le precise timekeeping accurate. So we eat any time of the night. So we must now get disciplined. And then if it's not visible at plowing time, there will be drought. Tells you ahead of time. Now, Venus, it leads the sun as it travels across the skies. Okay. Why? Because number 4, Mpatalatsani, Naledia Miso. Okay, we are like Venus, 2 types of Venus. Now, to make way for daybreak, when the sun will appear. And it is like Batsumi, the hunters, the shepherds, the farmers, and traditional healers. Okay? Okay? Then finally, Orion's belt. Marco Batwanem Baraki Dikolobe Dincha, or it's a group of stars, Konade Sediniana for Zedini, Sediniana by Sadikolobe, Sedi Dona Dincha, Yano Bari Dincha di Lelekisa. Okay? So, Orion's belt is east to west. It's visible in autumn mostly, and it increases the livestock. Okay? So when you eat, think about all those things. Or it's artificial insemination. It's artificial insemination what we are eating. Okay? So, and when a lady it's also called the Arcturus or the Sirius or the Orion or the Mars. There is no agreement on the academics Marona Batswana re ke kgoga masigo. Ke e kgogang bosigo. Again, it's visible throughout the night in summer, and it also wants the change of seasons. It rises at 4 a.m. In November, and nako eo ke nako ya go fepa bagolo ba kgale ba ile nako ya go fepa dikgomo le go dina metsi di hakwa di hakisiwa ke ha go dirwa ka dikgomo a la ditse and then Mulala Tladi, the Milky Way. It's mostly a summer star, but it does appear now and then. And it moves from south to north. It's the pathway of ancestors. Okay? And it's also an early warning of drought. If Mulala Tladi, the Milky Way, is very bright and clear, it's a sign of rain to come. So you must always be watchful. If Mulala Tladi see you in winter, if there's no Milky Way in the winter, that's the signal of problems, drought. Okay? Now, Batswana, Banba, some of the observation study focus teams. One of those focus team members is the late Grace Masuku, an IKS specialist who passed away not too long ago. But in winter, there are days when the Mulala Tladi or the Milky Way will appear like it is dancing and twisting. Last year, we had a performance. Now, another important star is Sidumedi, the royalty star. It appears in the west, and it's made of pieces of rock meteorites, which fall from outer space with a flashlight and noise. And it's associated with the death of a traditional leader. It was last seen in 1958 when Kosi Mulifi passed away. It no longer appears because of the abandonment of culture and customs. Okay? Now, if we are to look at, for example, Botswana, because he went there as well, Nkulu always talks about the mess of the republics. Now, Kosi Mulifi talked of it in 1958. Now, 1966, Botswana is a Republic of Botswana, Commonwealth Republic of Botswana. So, in since 1958, nothing. Yes. Now, telling it's associated with rainfall or signs of rain. It appears in the winter. The illicit lovers. And then Chubeho. It's a southern star in winter. And Halibona Chubeho. Definitely the plants will die. Okay? And then Honade, Barke Khora, Large Magellanic Clouds, LMC, these are clumps of stars or dwarf galaxies or satellites appendages to the Milky Way. Okay? The bigger clump, which is Large Magellanic Clouds, is brighter and it's the small Magellanic Clouds, but it's stars, it's clumps of stars. And Ilififi, that conglomerate of stars. Ilififi. Both are visible after the rains. So, you must just start watching. Has a lot of news to tell you. It has a lot. Now, okay, the rainbow. Okay? And it's a reflection by the sun and chases away the rain. And Batswana Barikimo Nongani Ali Khadima Ikudzante. It's where the lightning bird rests, the rainbow. So it appears in the east, and it's the village of ancestors as well. So it's not just a nice bright picture, every morning in the sky, in the horizon. You must always remember Horikibali. And if you remember the rainbow spectrum, in a red color, red, okay, red, indigo, yellow, yes, yes, yeah, hesitant. So it means you've not been looking at the rainbow. It's something that happens, you don't even notice it. So red, we associated with Saturday. Orange, yellow, green, blue, no. Indigo, violet, now, just on the explanation of Lwetsi, September, Mubatwaning, Lwetsi, Lokore Maru, Alwala Pula. Alwala Pula, Holwala Keko, Pula, or to be sick, but it's not really sick. Yeah, no, Maru, Adusa Pula, Jaka, Home Idusa Namani, which means pregnancy. Maru are pregnant with rain. Yeah, no, that's why I wait. And in conclusion, the focus team Motel and Abualeone. Some of these stars are no longer visible because of community neglect of customs and spiritual ways of life, and the conflict of the traditional leaders. And they believe the ancestors have kept the stars away from the people for those reasons. We are a mess. No, because in you know, I must admit some things. So, people have talked about, we always procrastinate and whatever. So, for that. And then the Nikero Feda, as a tribute to Bakata, on a little song, airing, Kabo Mokata, Kabo
Amen.
of God.
Hand of God.
Anut.
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 Amfelele.
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 Ampetigas.
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 Ama at.
Ama at.
Ama at.
Ama at.
Aneptet.
Aneptet.
Amvikeligas.
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 Angwedi.
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 Antu.
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 Anomtutun.
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 Anomzam.
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 Azinzis.
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 Akredomun.
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 Alole.
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 Aimotep.
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 Thokozani makhetha. Ngibona i-brightness ye-electromagnetic field. Benilokho nihleka nonke. Kumnandi, you know. Silandela isigubhu. This is how we are raising our vibrational frequency. Into enhle when you are witnessing it live. Abukho ubufake. Wonke umuntu uhamba nje nge-frequency yakhe. Enye frequency itayenze kanje. Omunye uyatraya. It's so beautiful. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Namhlanje ke indlovukazi isinikeza ilecture. Andlovukazi. Isinikezile ilecture. And I think it was a very valuable lecture. Ukuthi si understand the interpretation of astronomy from our point of view. Ukhulume ngeVenus. NgesiZulu sithi isicela nkobe. Before abafana babuka yona before bahamba bayolungisa. Bese ke omama ke babanikeza umphako wale inkomo. Uthi ekuluseni kwabo balokho bahlafuna la. So siyabonga Ndlovukazi. It's a very yazi ngabe buya ngami. Yithi okumele sibanikeza amajazi esintu. Andlovukazi. Emazositshela ngama professor lawa prophesizing about Western philosophy. Sikhuluma now are the real professors who are taught by nature. Umchazemekethi, it's all about what people see and experience at a particular time. And they are then able to interpret it, how it affects nature. All of nature. Siyabonga Ndlovukazi. You are an example to us ukuthi ulwazi logogo bethu. Ngike ngathi mina to some professors lapha e-university. Ngithi igomele yehle makhetha. Kumele niyobuka in front of ogogo nomkhulu. Because ogogo nomkhulu still possess the undiluted knowledge system of the continent. So ugogo siyabonga ngoba umama angeke ahambe nje nalo lolwazi. Usesihlephulele. Njengoba uCredo wasihlephulela ulwazi. So isibusiso lesi ukuthi sibe nabantu abadala. Especially kule movement yethu. Ase-expectanga because abantu abadala iningi labo hayi bayasaba. And nemiqondo yabo, it has been shifted completely. So for them it's very difficult to go and start a new path, and yet it's not a new path. It's something they knew before the colonizers came here. This is what gave us the alignment between Izulu and Mtaba. Our understanding of nature.
That's all Okokobetu, did. They studied nature. They were taught by nature. And they were masters in that. They went a step further in understanding ukuthi the very same nature that we see, visibly. How did it come to be? Understanding the principle, the energies that are responsible for any manifestation. Yilento umlungu owathi imambo jam. Why? Because they just believe ukuthi izinto just happen to be without any causal plane. There is a causal plane which causes everything to be, as well as the etheric plane. Gula, calendar, principles, and everything. This is where it domain yazo, those principles. It's all about a vibrational frequency. We call them principles. These are vibrational frequencies. Because everything vibrates. Nothing stands still. Yonke into it has its vibrational frequency. Therefore, even the when the energy flows from above, it moves in a spiral formation. Yingakho la spoon, inywele, even our fingerprints, they follow the same thing. It's not a dense form of matter, but it is spirit. It is a vibrational frequency. That is why everything has got its unique vibrational frequency. Now today we are talking about the energizer of those vibrational frequencies. When we talk about nut and the electromagnetic field, remember Guti, everything that lives on earth is energized by the electromagnetic field. The magnetic field from the moon and the electric field from the sun. We know this is what makes everything, live. Remember Guti, Okokobetu believed Guti, umhlaba, lo esiku, uyaphila. It's a living body. Umhlaba feels everything. Umhlaba sees everything. So yingakho bokuthiwa umhlaba uyahlala. Kuhamba kancane. Wajaha. Oyukhukhumeze. Usemhlabeni la umhlaba uyahlala. Meaning ukuthi kumele sihloniphe yonke into eyindalo. Eyimvelo. So our perception nje ukuthi umhlaba, angazi what is the perception yethu kahle about umhlaba. Because umhlaba uphila njengami nawe. Umhlaba unenhliziyo, unama feelings. Manje mawulokhu uxhaphaza umhlaba, nawe uzoxhaphaza ngelinye ilanga. Umhlaba awuthi I'm giving you the other cheek. Uyakuyeka umhlaba. Uabuse. Kepha likhona ilanga la umhlaba khona uzo-reacta. Njengoba kwenzakala all over. It is that readjustment of the earth energies. Yonke lento belokho basithusa ngayo, ozone layer nonsense. Ayikho yonke lento le. Labantu, they are trying to push us into a certain corner where we depend on them and stop depending on nature. And then you ask yourself, why would they block the sun with their chemicals? Why would they do that? So that's the disrespect we're talking about, because you are then violating people's rights. Tina, we want the pure form of hydrogen from the sun. Remember, I once said to Kuti, we didn't need to eat. Because what you get from ikabish, spinach, hydrogen, right? If the hydrogen was pure, we were living just by breathing hydrogen. Because it was pure, it was able to sustain, our lives. So is this, electromagnetic field. Kunabantu who are abusing it currently. For them to create something that is unnatural, especially those, that happen to have resources, happen to have guns to actually rob people of their land. Look at the land, I said it the other day. All the farms that are along the electromagnetic field, the Golden Meridian, have been bought by white people. All of them. There's no farm that, we can say, no, this one we own. It's only Zalo. And Nakona, it's a sad story. Senzalo. Because what happened before the so-called black government they took over, Abelongo decided to make that place by Bizan. Huh? No. Huh? Nature reserve. Do you understand? It was a deliberate move to then declare it a nature reserve. Meaning, Guti, they are not protecting the heritage of black people, but they are protecting birds. How do you prioritize birds over the livelihood of black people? Foolishly, the new government comes in, endorses it, and declares it a nature reserve. Now, we want to go there. They give us the laws. You have to adhere to these laws. That might affect the birds. How crazy is that? Huh? Remember, Guti Inzalo, Ubabu Credo, this is where he was initiated. So Inzalo has always been a place of initiation for black people. Now, because of Bukili, of a white person, right before we take over, they then put in a proposal. Let's make this place, a nature reserve, so that we can control who goes there. We can control what activities are there. Evilness of a white person. Natige foolishly. We are able to call up Mkulu. Mkulu before niyalapha. Izani nizotoli license yani. Nonsense. License yani. You agreed and perpetuated a lie. You were taught by white people. Ukuthi, the importance of that place, it's only those birds. The importance of that place, it is the place where we are able to meet with our stellar ancestors. It's a communication portal. Huh? All that value for us is just being ignored. Huh? We are protecting the horses. We are protecting the birds. That's why we don't want you black people patronizing that place. That's a black person telling you a story that was given by a white man who is deliberately sabotaging, the consciousness of black African people about such a places. Then we say, Guti, we have a caring government, a government that is captured. Huh? They don't go in there and research. The last time I remember, it was the first or the second time Sienzalo. Bayezage labantu who represent. Look at even the status, under which that place is controlled. Forestry and water. Huh? We meet the officials of this department, ignorant department. They don't know about Inzalo. They don't know Guti. That site hosts the oldest calendar in the world. And these are the people who are supposed to take decisions about our own places. I say to them, Uguti, politics owns no land. That land belongs to us. We will determine the future of that place, not a government. Actually, we are going to fight to liberate such places from the stronghold of this ignorant government. Because they just treat Inzalwelanga, it's like a tourist place. Huh? They allow these paper companies to do business. Asugus Kamela. Huh? It's an insult. You can't go to Mecca and operate a beggar cafe there. Why does government think Uguti Bona? They have the right to protect white people who are trashing our heritage. Officially it's called something forest, national forest. It's declared as a national forest. Huh? So, Tina Yemanje, we must adhere to that nonsense. We are not going to do that. That place, we will use it the way we want it. And they want to then project us as barbarians who doesn't know how to live harmoniously with nature. We taught the white people how to live with nature. Who is shooting our lions? They leave Canada, they leave America to come and shoot our animals here. Isn't that barbaric? Now you come and tell us, Uguti, we cannot do certain things in our own. And how does government try to control in terms of our cultural practices? Isn't that protected by the very same fake constitution? We have a right to practice our culture. No. The birds want to sleep. You can't beat the drum at 7 because the birds want to sleep. Hey, that's what they are saying to us. Abantu abamnyama labo who are saying to us, mele nibe lapha until ngo 3-4, because le ilwane namahashi, they are preparing to sleep. This is the danger of being led by ignorant, colonized people. How do you govern Ubunyana? When I go there for initiation, how does government then have a right to tell me what initiation should only happen on 12 femini? Kepha idlozi lehla ngo-12 ebusuku that I'm supposed to align to. So mina ngithi we will bulldoze that place. Sizongena bayafuna bafuni. If kunegate futhi solahla phansi futhi. Abantu laba basangene la emakhaya. Because now, if you are in a department and you are ignorant about some of the assets that you are managing in that portfolio. Huh? And all they do is to manage for Usapi. That's all they're concerned about. Usapi is uncomfortable about these monkeys who are starting to patronize that place. Then we must deal with these monkeys. We are not monkeys, Tina. And we are not going to be controlled by umthetho womlungu. Umlungu stole our land and imposed a law that is associated with theft. We call the Constitution. You now want to quote the Constitution game. Sangene like that. No, Sangene Mpela. Because you can't quote the Constitution, give me the very same Constitution that stole my land. Huh? Ufuna ukuzomgavuna ngale phepha lobugebengu. Yivele the Constitution. They formed the Republic of South Africa, balkanized our land. Then they create a constitution to protect their theft. So Makehla ila inzalo, it's a place la kumele si initiate khona. Hey, indawo la, you know, inyanga zangempela. Ngazoyenzela ama fake lapha. Nimusa abantu. Kanti your only objective is ukubashaya imali. Nizolimala ke menenza njalo la. Because of umoya olapha. Only wants purity. Ungayi lapha with evil intentions. Ukuthi I have a hidden agenda for labantu laba engibalethe la. Uzolimala. Umuntu ngamropa kepha umoya ngeke urope. So we are praying ukuthi uma sivuselela that place as a place of initiation. Before kufika umlungu. Umuntu omnyama now wants to quote imithetho ezenomlungu. Ukuthi since umlungu declared that place a nature reserve, therefore kunemithetho imigomo that black people have got to adhere to. That's nonsense. Huh? Even foolishness that they don't realize, you know, the signs of the times. Ukuthi Africa now is liberating itself from this evilness. Huh? In South Africa, why Sabambelen? They are contemplating to go and send troops in Niger. Ama leaders zethu ayihlazo. They are an embarrassment to us. Instead of sending supportive messages to the 4 generals there to say ukuthi siyanizwa nathi sizoyisusa la. Yeah? Hey, that is what you know is expected of them. But well, they don't work for us. They work for Biden. They work for all these you know Babizans. Ama handlers are. There are so many all over the world. They do their bidding by lying to us and selling us an illusion. I know umhlaba ubuyile, ubuyephi umhlaba? Akunamhlaba ubuyile la. Yithe sowubuyisa and mawubuya awubuyeli kule midlwembe ema politicians. It's going to go back to the kings and queens. Hey, because you know they continue to abuse us, these politicians. Ilanga labo liyeza. Hey, the pain that they are inflicting upon us. Huh? How can you violate my human rights? Mele ngiyothwasiswa lapha enzalo kuphume idlozi lithi ngukulinde enzalo. I can't go to Inzalo because of some stupid politician who's trying to impose a foreign law like me. Isn't that violating my human rights? It is. He abused by our own, black government. Something you will never find in Israel. Israel is led by people who believe in the Jewish culture and their spirituality. They are the first people to promote that. I'm a Muslim, do the same thing. In leadership, Yabo is in the forefront of promoting their culture and spirituality. Tina lasineshwa man. Aishwa. They don't see the importance of the culture to start with, these politicians. They don't see importance of the culture, but the culture is a glue that holds your people together. So that when you move with them. I go to hamba wedwa. Ubashie move. E-culture gives you that ability. E-culture, had they taken the culture seriously, they could have used the culture to unite us so that we are able to feed and clothe ourselves. For them to promote self-sustainability of all these black communities. But they are allowing the encroachment of the malls in our places of rest. Our malls are owned over. Not only that the structure is owned by white people, but even the shops inside there. So how are we going to develop with such people who are leading us? Basisapi kahle kahle. Abasisi ndawo. Indlovukazi ikhuluma igama elisemqoka kakhulu. The day when you are not able to assist your people to harmonize with nature and sibone physically ngezinto ezenzakalayo. When you are in the leadership position, you are no longer a king. You are just a figurehead. Umoya usekho kuwe. So, injalo. And it's all about izenzo zomuntu. Indlovukazi right ever since vele kwangena ama republic. Yonke lento le yakhuluma ngayo. It's no longer happened. Why? Because Africa yonke decided to be Midwembe. And give their ancestors their back and give umlungu front. Ubeke ukhokho wakho la. Ukhokho wakho who died defending this land. So mbeke muva wena. So bheka umlungu la. You are just so happy about the proximity yakho with white people because it has your financial benefits. Ukhohliwe ukuthi uphila kanje, uphiliswa ilo moya wokhokho bakho. There wouldn't be this place if it wasn't for your ancestors. The very same ancestors that we are calling now amadimoni. This is what they say. Rightly a parliament, rightly Pitori. When they gather in the name of Jesus. All of them. They gather in the name of Jesus. When they have their events, instead of being bold, ukuthi umkhosi wethu kumele uvulwe ngokwesintu. Kuze abantu be-Islam kuze abefundisi ekugcineni eze bafaka udaki ukutshela ngoJesu. Kumele lo muntu akhulume abize amakhosi namakhosikazi ase-Afrika. Hayi ukhuluma shokuthi labantu laba ama-hybrid ugqoke iculture vele yesintu sithi uzoza nomphahlo wesintu Awumele umsqueeze in lapho iBhayibheli ukuthi hayi iBhayibheli lithi. Because iBhayibheli, you've made iBhayibheli your reality. Without this book, there's no life on the continent. These people are an embarrassment. Because there's nothing wrong. Ngabantu baseBotswana, when they open their things, kukhulunywa nje isiTswana, fuck on. Hayi lento lo uzocompromise, uletha mandiya, uletha okhokho bethu bathini? What are they saying? When we are doing a national ceremony, uzobiza mandiya la azoshisa impepho yakho. Ubiza uJesu la. Uyaquba wena. Uke wayizwa lento yenzakala le. Kuku. Lapho beshawa umoya. Lapho endawo yama-Arab, Saudi Arabia. Imekha yabo. Uke wayizwa lento. Babizwe nje eAfrikana na izoyenza lento yabo ngesiAfrikana. Huh? You will never hear that. Maulapa uzwa ulimi lwabo, they talk their culture. You are a visitor there. You have no right to be accommodated there. So why are we accommodating all these people in our things? If in the very same government, the way we are being ruled, why do we include white people and all these other people in our ruling system? Why do you compromise that much? I know, Rainbow Nation. In the spirit of a Rainbow Nation, there's no Rainbow Nation there. It only happens in Africa. All other, countries and continents. Akuna rainbow. Hambe Island. Yibo bodwa. Angeke ukufike anybody outside them azoclaim naye ukuthi equal to them. It only happens in Africa. You can't find that in China. Machana dubula kubeke bondweni ngespeed. Uza ngenyongo wena. Uzofuna ukulingana nathi endaweni yethu. Huh? Hey, they kill you very fast. It means when uzoba trouble la. So lapho makhaya. Unote in terms of a degree. Our revolution around the sun has reached that point. Uguti unut uyadedela ngithi. Angithi that is why you should look at the degree. Uguti in terms of, remember Uguti the ecliptic, the path of the sun. That is the path of Earth around the sun. It's not round, it's like egg shape. So you look at the position ganut. Uguti, what degree is there for allowing Nut Uguti azale new souls and they receive? Those that have departed. Nite there was a Ilenduza, a space mission to go to the moon. Remember, they waited until the 23rd because of the proximity between Earth, and the moon at that time. Do you understand? So it's all about the proximity. So therefore, Unud is opening up so that the electromagnetic field of Earth is re-energized. Yingakho sikhuluma ngokuthi ngoSeptember we talk about renewal, because now the position of the sun and Earth is closing. The hydrogen is returning back on the southern hemisphere. That's why you start now seeing izinto in nature is starting to green because of that proximity. It's all about that and nothing else, and all about hydrogen. Because when the sun is further from Earth, there's less hydrogen. That's why uthola ku-dry nje in winter. Nenhlabathi yakhona nje uyayibona ukuthi ayiphili. Nothing lives. It's all about the vibrational frequency of hydrogen, and nothing else. It's all about vibrational frequency. I-hydrogen le yiyo eshintsha ngithi ibe ilentuza yini? Nitrogen. It's the same thing ingakho kuthiwa in our spirituality uHeru is forever and perpetually longing to return to be like the Father. Meaning ukuthi nitrogen is a lesser element than hydrogen. The Father is hydrogen, right? But now nitrogen is represented by Heru. Yingakho kuthiwa uHeru represents ascension. You have to ascend so that you are able to meet your maker. Your father, your real father, which is the sun. Your real mother is the moon. So Unotige is giving us that ability ukuthi nathi sibe conscious ukuthi kwenzakalani even in our own bodies. Makufika lesikhathi izisu ziyaqina. Angithi isikhathi seservice. Melunisele ngenkasa phalazi. Waya. So that konke lokhu kwa last year mele kusale emuva. Ungangeni nakho ngapha. That's why ke silentuza the whole month. Fasting. So that we are able to we are assisting ourselves. Ukuthi mesifika lapha enzalo. The-ascension must be easy. And the ascension doesn't only happen. Masiguqile lapha sihleli in a lotus position to meditate. Your presence there, especially mawuhamba ukhiphi icathu. You are then connecting yourself. Meaning ukuthi the electric and the magnetic are now flowing within your body. That balances your protons, your neutrons, your nucleus. Gets balanced automatically. Because remember, Satitina, we are just a conglomerate of atoms. Our atoms need to be recharged by this electromagnetic field. Imagine if we were not going there. We'll never know. Years are being added in our lives. Why? Because timelessly, at a certain point of the year, we go there to be revived. Meaning, ukuthi ama-atoms akho ayavuseleleka. Nangoma sila, but remember proximity. Proximity makes a difference. It's better when you are there physically. Kunokuthi uthole insalela. The waves, of these atoms that are balancing or i-wave ye-electromagnetic field eseyizela ngapha ngase-Gauteng ifike ke kunama-chemtrails la i-pollution. By the time ifika kithi sekuyi-poison. Lapha enzalo its purest form. So kumele sibheje ngeimpilo zethu to defend that land. It's our land. It's owned by no government. Government, according to umthetho wesintu, i-government yomlungu doesn't own land on our continent. Umhlaba bethu bawuqhwagile ngezibhamu namabhomu. But in actual fact, they don't own fuck all. And they have no right to decide what happens. They've got to hear from us. Dictator la. Dictator umuntu that is so colonized and captured. utatazelela umlungu. Umlungu ufona once. Athi man. Remember ukuthi about Chilinja, what they said. They said, oh, the first year sibabonile. Bokuyibandla nyama. The second year lakhula. The third year hayi baba mangala. So they are projecting ukuthi in the next 5-10 years there'll be a sea of African people now. That's what they don't want. And the local, they will never stop that. It's going to happen, it's destined to happen, because that is our most sacred place on the continent. It's going to draw all Africans from all over the world. We will one day fill up all that place. Hey, this is what is going to happen, and there's no white man and a colonized politician that is going to stop that. It's going to happen. Why? Because umoya ufuna kwenzakale. Umoya is wanting us to have a spiritual foundation. Huh? Because without the spiritual foundation, hoy, sifana nomhlanga, si weak. Kufika umlungu uthi samba nalo. Kufika iRussian lithi samba nalo. Kufika iChina lithi samba nalo. Asimanga entweni yethu. So we need to have that solid spiritual foundation. As a launching pad for umuntu omnyama, uya kukusebenzisa i-ego. Huh? Uhlala uhamba ngejungle wena. Ufuna ukwazi abantu. Leso sikhathi siphelile. Isikhathi sokuphahla manje. To fortify yourself. Because there's no protection which is stronger than the protection yomoya. Hey, umoya ubabona besakuplanela. Huh? Hey, basa icabanga lento ukuthi lenja siyenqamula. Umoya ubabone. Ufike kuwe ukwenzisa ezinye izinto ukuthi ungabonakala. Noma beza kuwe umoya uthi phuma uyobona ududu. The time uphuma ziyangena izinja usekho. Umoya ke lo. Hey, there's no, I know from experience. Ekhaya we have ilenduza. Yamosheka manje filling station. The garage. The first garage eOnomdomnyam was owned by my father. The first supermarket eSoweto, Ibela, 2 years. La. For the concept nje, yes, supermarket. It was started by my father right now. But now, what I'm trying to say, Oguti, you can have all the physical defense. Ibamu yonke. Kepha umoya mawufikile and uvulisa ukuthi izinto zenzeke, you will never be able to stop that. Do you understand? Hey. So I realized then ukuthi to carry a gun is useless because babulala usiphethe isibhamu. Mebefika umoya ufuna lento yenzakala. Uthi usathi amamasila aqine. Ngoba umoya uvumile ukuthi kumele ushaywe. Kanti futhi mawunga melanga ushaywe, oh, nothing will happen to you. Do you understand? So ukukholelwa kulo moya 100%, actually 300%. Hey. Ubelieve nje ukuthi angeke mina ngicontrol intando yomuntu wenyama. Eh olokha kuthusa la, hayi nesibhamu esikhulu ngizofika nge-AK. Moya mawufuna yanqaphi AK. Eh. Yanqapha straight. Why? Because of ingakho okhokho. They were relentless in creating a resonance between umoya and themselves. everything bebephilela lokho. Yikho ngithi nami ungabi nesikweletu somoya. Make sure ukuthi awunasikweletu somoya. If ungazwela nje ukuthi hayi mhlambe kwakumele ngihlabe la nkukhu kepha kwafika uAnbu sagcina siyiphuza le mali. Akusho ukuthi leso sikweletu hayi sesambile. Hayi simile. Hey, so make sure makhetha ukuthi mawungavuka mina ngisaba umoya more than anything. Ngavuka nje ekuseni ukuthiwa hey ngabona imbuzi lokho yenzani. Ngithi no khona into abayifunayo. Sengiphathela ukuthi manje yini ke le? Ingani why you showing me God? Sengiphathela lokho until isambulelo sehle sithi ba. Kuthi no uyakhumbula umaluma kukhona ngakwenza. You understand? Mele siphile kanjani. Thina singabantu bomoya siphila ngama signs. Uyaphahla nje. Uphahla then ubuka ama signs ukuthi kwenzakalana around you. Izinto that happen spontaneously. Hayi izinto ze fake. Hey, kungena inyosi endlini. Ekseni. Ngabo 1 kufika umuntu la jejo yazi ngithola ibonus 9,000. Uyabona le nto le. And wena bo scratch ikhanda ukuthi namhlanje ngizowenza njani. Umoya operates that way. Ingakho we need to understand and master lo moya. There's nothing else okumele simaster. We need to master the workings of this energy. Because siphila ngayo. Siphila ngayo. Ingakwenza ukuthi ucabanga ukuthi wena unesinyama. Awunasinyama. Umoya ungafaka nje ifu. Why? Because I'm mamili. Bakutshela njalo ukuthi wenzeni. Mina mebona ke. Angisahambi ngalondlela. Njalo wena mo in the present abantu bafila comfortable. You understand? So sihlonipheni umoya makhehla asijabuleleni sibonge indlovukazi ukuthi isinikeza ithuba lokuthi sazi nga. We need to know about Nut and master uNut. uNut umzali wethu sonke. Umphathi uthi ungongeze inhliziyo yami. Waqoqa inyama yami. Wenza amathambo ami. Yonke into my constitution. uNut. Hand of God. 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 See that, Pumakas. We must always be thankful. Remember that uNut, it is a nun manifest. You can't separate nun noNut. Into yodwa. Ngoba yonke into ekunun, which is that energy address, it gets activated by what is called ukta. Remember the other times Kuluma about the cymatics, how energy shapes and affects matter. Cymatics, ngokwesintu, is chemit, it's kepera. Kepera, the process of becoming. Because it's forever becoming this energy. It's from the sun, matter. It shapes that matter into you. It shapes everything already. So that is cymatics, a natural process of nature. Ukuthi yonke into ikhandwa kanjalo. Remember vibrational frequency. Right? Vibrational frequency, hiyo frequency that then shapes matter according to that vibrational frequency. Angeke ube nezitho ezinkulu ukuthi wena uzalelwe ukuthi uzogijima. Izitho zakho lephansi zizoba ncane because wena uzalelwe ukuthi uzogijima at some point, asazi ugijima. So you are going to run, asazi for what. So in nature ikunikeza lento oyiyo. Remember ukuthi it is predetermined. Yingakho sithi yizwe labo, because they are the causal plane, right? Tina, we are reacting to umoya. Okhokho bethu bebehleli kanje. Mhlambe njengoba nathi siyasengula kanje. Meaning ukuthi thina we are the effect. Okhokho bethu were assembled like this in the spiritual realm. Before thina nawe uthola ichance ukuthi unyathele esigodlweni namhlanje. Umoya wakho bowuhlangane kanje before thina siyenza physical. So the physical action, it's an extension of the spiritual action. Ilapho makhaya. It's not by chance, izinto. In the African sense, they don't just happen by chance. Yonke into is pre-planned. Yonke into is pre-planned. Uyovuka ebusuku. Mhlambe uvuswa iphupho ukuthi bokwenye indawo and uhlangane nomunye umuntu awumazi lo muntu. Uphume la endlini. Mawuthi la ngaseposini. Kube nonto nje ekuhlanganisa nomunye umuntu. Bese kuthola reason. Lo muntu bengimbona ebusuku. Now, physically now, siyahlangana. And the reason why sihlangana, angimazi lo muntu akangazi, kepha sihlanganisa. Yilento okhokho want us to fulfill. Injalo okay. Injalo life yethu is like that. And they should never be complicated. Yingakho, when you negate the spiritual side of yourself, you are disempowering yourself. Because you cannot operate only in the physical plane and negate the spiritual plane, which is more powerful because it is the causal plane. So consciousness and wisdom comes from that. When you then understand when they talk about my art, you must be forever in alignment. Umoya wako nomzimba wako must always be in alignment. Because if kuna misalignment, we are poor. Yes. It results in illnesses. Put your eyes bani now kusake phethwe idolo. Idolo liyavuvuka manale. Do you understand? Because of misalignment. Ifana nalento ukuthi you live here on earth without living ngetalent lakho. Mesiloko si promote sigqugquzela ukuthi live by your talent. Asikhulumi hamba. It's because we are harmonizing between izulu nomhlaba. Lo moya wena that you embody expresses itself through this way. But when on the physical realm, this is what you do. It means ukuthi there's no correlation. There's a clash. It leads to frustration and stress. I hate going to work. And you should look forward to going to work. Actually, you should look forward to sometimes why fast so that I'm able to implement. When you are aligned, you figure out if you are misaligned, everything that you do Ijogo. You do it so difficult. It's very difficult. We are pushwa. Kanti mohamba ngento yakho. Oh no, nango 1 uyalala. Ngo 4 uyazimele ngivuke because kumele ngibe lapha. Ubuye ke uthola ichance bese ke uyarelaxa. Ufika umoya futhi isehle isambulelo. This is what needs to happen. You follow that. That's how we should be living. Not according to the plan of this neo-slavery working for especially white people. Please, see again there. I think we're saying until we find ourselves free. When you don't depend on a white man for salary, you are so free. Hey. So it's not an event, it's a process. First, it starts with discovering who you are. What are you passionate about? You know, find that passion. Without and you commit to that thing. Why? Because it gives you happiness. The more you do it, is the more happy you are. The other thing, I was writing something, but this writing, the way I enjoy writing, young Bamba the whole day. Papa Masok Ngabo past 2. How? Why? Because I was enjoying. I was listening to Isabulelo. Always downloading and writing. And the more full the letter, it makes sense. So, me now here, my mother, wavela vele busuku. Nami ngisase ignorant. Ngilokho always when things are not going well, I then build this wall of resistance. Kuti, why me? Why am I going through this? Hey, because we are then making things harder for yourself. Hey, umama wavele ebusuku wathi hayi bhala incwadi, write books. And remember ukuthi ukubhala asinto hayi uyenza. Hey, especially mawakujwayelanga wagcina kudala gcina esigele mhlawumbe ama-assignment nayo yonke lezinto ama-essay. It will take time for you to get to that frequency again. But when you do it, you enjoy it. There's no money that can equal that. So that's why it's important for us to find ourselves. When we find ourselves, we are lighting up our electromagnetic field, the torus field that surrounds us, because it's always, it's excited, the atoms are excited. This is how you should, live. Excited, I love learning because I've discovered who I am, and that's the best thing that can happen to any individual. So siyabonga sibonge wonke umuntu okhulumile namhlanje in terms of ama announcement nalento yasenzalo ukuthi we intend ukuthi celebrate the 23rd. Why? Because remember, Marquette, that's why you'll find that all these other nations, when they mark their rituals, it's not a day's event. Sometimes it takes 7 days, right? So therefore it means ukuthi thina siyazincintsha. Siyazincintsha thina about i-energy yasenzalo. Sifike ebusuku, samba the next day. Ukhabuleni lapho. ukhabulikota somele siyitike ngalo moya sibuye enzalo sigcwele our physicality nabelungu basabe kumele kubona nje umuntu akhathazela why because ubalance isithunzi sakho serithi sahawo bare mothunda liserithi yiyo ke le electromagnetic field around you. It means ukuthi iphakamile ayiswaqanga ukuthi mambona umuntu umdelela ngathi ungamshana empahla. It means ukuthi you have your torus field ishrinkile mele uyivuse anamabhasha ishrinkage yalento le. So asiyeni-ke lapha amakhehla, you know, those that can extend till May 23. Actually, sibuya May 24. Ilanga lama-colonizer. Heritage Day. They've turned into a purvos. And the government self-focused. Baze ba-advertise le Pride Day. I-government ithule tu. Hayibo. Into ehambelana ne-heritage nena nizoyi-treasure. Why? Because anivumelani ne-heritage and the culture yabantu abamnyama. Then you decide to, and they have, you know, they own the media. So when they promote it as a Pride Day, everybody, we are proud. Hey, Kandi, remember Guti, the whole September, in the near future, is going to be a true heritage month. Where all over South Africa, meaning Guti, heritage yethu eseSudan, we request abantu baseSudan bese bazosibonisa. Si request abantu baseLesotho, abaseBotswana, so that the whole month is filled with heritage activity. We are funda kuphela inyanga yonke. You are conscious about who you are and your history. Hey, I let you elanga elilodwa Heritage Day. I know the content land. That's why white people are hijacking it into a pride day. Hey, it's open to be hijacked because I know content yes into. Hey, the whole thing elapha eKemit, Northern Kemit, kumele replicate some of these things so that kube nama exhibitions. We invite all black scholars all over the world to come and give a talk. So that the whole month, here it happens in Eastern Cape, you know, one of the professors are there, abanye baselimpompo, abanye shokuti around the whole country, educating the black nation. This is what they should happen. So it doesn't happen because we are led by ignorant people. Hey, they just focus. They traverse the fakes and makula. Oshwege no kani. Shalbakona base China la. Here it is. She go to that. Ayi komakesha. Hey, ufana le June 16. Instead ukuthi kube a heroic day. Oh, ibona abantu abadala bafake. It's all about pictures now. I want to pose for my blog or whatever for a uniform. No content. Children are not being taught about theater. Abo all the leaders of June 16. Abantwana bamanje no fuck all about those things. And yet kunabo youth league. Youth league ifundisana. Because they are being taught the Western, you know, philosophy and culture, so that they continue being the masters, hand manager, meaning ukuthi lama cash obaba babo when they retire kungena bona bapusha the same nqumka injalo macash bakhuthe uMax usitshela ngoMax wena uMax ukuphi mesela yase Russia tshela nge-socialism and they were not quoting Inkosi uSikhukhune who was the master socialist when we are quoting a Russian ongamazi nokumazi Karl Marx bathi bekudaka nathi all the politicians are quoting bonke they are quoting people from outside bayeka amaqhawe ethu la who were the first to practice that lifestyle of socialism. Asikhuli kanjalo. Hey, if ungakhona ukuthi ulale ebusuku wazi ukuthi next door ingane izilela mendlala. Uyini? Manje wazomkhostela ama-Russians. Ngenaphi mina kuma-Russian? Ingane zami ngiyazi kepha ungazomkhostela zona. Quote abazali babo, then I will hear you. Imibuzo comments siyajabula ukunibona makhela kade sanigcina esesithi nisigabhile thokozani
Ngisacela ukubhoza kancane.
phoza ke
Anut. Ngicela ngibonge mkhulu.
Sure.
Ngibonge kakhulu ngoba ngila
Thokoza.
usihambise zonke lendawo lezi sa-align mkhulu. Kumanje nje ayumoya ujimile. Ujimi impela umoya lento ekhulumayo mkhulu lapha engisebenza khona ngisasebenzi lapha sengibagabhile. Yibo-ke engibagabhile.
Thokoza.
Lapha bengisebenza khona during the last month sebangasangisondeli sebathumela abanye abobhuti bathi ekhulumani nalo muntu angithi nazi thina asiboni ukumbhekele behlule nalo muntu umuntu emasebenza alungise leya forklift leso sikhathi mina sengibeke phansi amathuluzi osokusele kancane nje ngifuna ukuthi ngiyiphile lento ukuthi ngiyathemba umoya. Ayikho into ebuhlungu njengokuvuma iqiniso kodwa ayikho into ekhulula njengokulifuna iqiniso.
Kunjalo.
So ngithemba ngilivuma leqiniso lokuthi ngeke ngisebenze nomuntu ongidelelayo ongazi ukukhuluma nabantu ongazi ukuhlonipha abantu lo ngisebenza naye ngimgijimise emuva ezikhona into engqona ngifundisayo akangifundisi nini akangifundisi impilo ngalivuma leqiniso ukuthi angifuni wena ngabatshela ngabhala i-resignation letter ngathi hayi basi ngesizulu ayilale ithi ayishiyele ngathi ayisalani kahle angazi ukuthi kuzoyenzakalani kodwa umoya ungiphethe. Ngibonga kakhulu mkhulu, ngibonga kakhulu mkhulu, nonke la sibonga kakhulu. Silala umkhulu imisebenzi kaMkhulu Ndlovukazi sibonga kakhulu mkhulu asithokozile.
Hayi siyabonga ke. No kunjalo nakhe. Lento yazi ipower yalento esiyenza Sunday siyaboostana so. There's only one day a week. La ngikhohlwa yonke into. Inkinga zami yonke into ngiyayikhohlwa. Just one day a week. Why? Because siyabalansa. Mesiloko sigida la. Feel each other's spirit. Zibambe. You understand? And that is healing. And that is empowering. So, sonke siyapustana. Siyintwe yodwa. And remember Kuti, not only are we boosting each other, but also we are re-energizing the sun and the moon. Because now the moon is receiving, the sun is receiving from us. Just by being conscious, Ukuti, we are here living because of the sun and the moon. That gives the sun and the moon fuel to burn more and give us more energy for our sustenance.
Ikhona lenkulumo engizwile mfethu lama-social laphana KwaZulu-Natal ukuthi umkhosi lo womhlaba uzomiswa awusachubeki. So izinto ezinjalo mkhulu ngoba izinto ezibalulekile isizwe ukuthi zenzeke. Uma kumiswa umkhosi womhlaba noma imikhosi le emikhulu ebeliyenzwe amakhosi, kusho ukuthini kithi singabantu mangabe zingayenzekanga zingayenzwanga lo msebenzi lo ungaqhubeka ukhanseliwe sithokoza.
Remember, Kuti, it's a unusual circumstance that happened. Uhambe umuntu besemqoka ebukhosini bakwaZulu. Manje ke mekuhambe umuntu onjalo esikhathini esiningi yazi kuba nzima. The whole community, abantu the people who belong to that community, they decide themselves. Mhlambe bona madala side bakhulumeke namakhehla ukuthi asikwazi ukuyoqhubeka esenza usiko ukuthi ngoba ukusina lokhu kwentombi yajatshulwa angithi it's associated nokujabula. Manje ke angeke ujatshulwe ukuthi kuziliwe. So it's an unusual circumstance when I don't think it's a permanent thing because they can't afford vele ukulahla lolu siko. It's a temporal thing. I think uSizulu explain ukuthi why ukuthi benza. Well, it's their right and choice ukuthi they honor in their own way umuntu omdala sekehambile. So ila into vele ngakhulumi nokukhuluma because indaba enkulu uma ibukisisa so ngakho nje zinqunya amakhanda thokozini mkhulu ngithanda ukukhuluma kakhulu kuya kakhulu inkulumeni kamama makathi sagcina or abantu abadala bagcina ukubona ama-stars back then because of sa-adapta i-republic. Loko kungibuyisele enkulumeni ukuthi us being united here kubonisa ukuthi sekuseduze ukuthi siwabona. Now that will depend on us ukuthi ukugcina kwethu sizogcina simunye, probably as one nation at one place practicing our own culture that we used to practice. Then kancane sizobuya, because then shukuthi possibilities are while we are still in the ghettos, then singagcina singasawaboni kwabo. So shukuthi kubalulekile ukuthi sisebenzise ukuhlangana kwethu la ukuthi
silwele ukuthi lokubona kwethu kwama-stars kweseduze.
And enye into Professor, remember ukuthi akuzona inkanyezi eziphilayo zamakhosi kuphela. Nathi siyinkanyezi. We are stars ourselves. You are represented by your own star somewhere. Lapha ku-Milky Way. You understand? So into okungamelanga siyisuse lolo lwazi ukuthi siyinkanyezi siyaphila nathi umoya wethu amandla ethu akuleya nkanyezi le kepha yenza mina ukuthi ngiphile la emhlabeni. Angithi kuthiwa nazi inkanyezi ziyabukwa mawuzala ukuthi inkanyezi ethize beyikuphi le beyikuphi because they all control umoya ngithi inkinga ngesintu sometimes abantu ababhalile bayavilapha ukuqalisa ngoba if all of us yonke into simane siyifake under the title umoya limited leyo. You understand? Ngoba asiyi sinabe ukuthi sichazani mesithi umoya ngoba umoya iyo yonke. So manje thina simane sayifaka sathi umoya and manje ke bese ke uyabuya ke sokumele uyichaze ukuthi mawukhuluma ngalo moya ukhuluma ngawo ukhuluma ngamuphi umoya. So kuphila kwethu ilanga inyanga nazo zonke inkanyezi and every one of us is represented by a certain star in the cosmos. So hayi ukuthi zizobuye zikhona consciousness yethu i-consciousness yethu engasekho la intokazi ithi inkosi ehluleka manje ku-align and keep that resonance. Sibona ngezenzo zayo ukuthi lo akasekho ku-alignment. So zikhona hayi ukuthi zizobuya yithi okumele sibuye lemuva siyozixhumanisa nazo vele then there's harmony between izulu nomhlaba. Thokoze ayasondela nje sondeza sekuyisikhathi I think sesivalile siyavala ya kungenikho siyabonga
Oh!